Hey there, and welcome to a week in the life vlog, a half of a week in the life vlog. I haven't quite decided yet, but welcome to our Wednesday. It's actually getting towards dinner time right now, but we had a really busy morning, took the kids to the park and took them to the library. So I'm going to start off by including some of that footage here in a minute. Your pigtails are flying. Next American Ninja Warrior. Whoa. You guys are making me dizzy.
Hello, right now you're like at the park.
Real? She thinks this is her vlog. Hey guys, we thought we'd take you along for a little day in our life. All right, kids, where were we just now?
So we were just at the park going on the huge slide that was really long. Really bumpy, but we went on other fun things like we went on this spinny thing that spins you round and round until you get dizzy. And then
we went on the zip line.
The zip line is really cool. You have to hang out really tight.
Today, it is a Wednesday, so this is when we drive our oldest daughter to her camp, and then I usually take the younger two to the library, but the past couple times we went to a coffee shop before the library, right? But since we went out to eat last night, we decided that today, instead of going to a coffee shop to kill time until the library opens, we would go to a park. So we headed over to this park. This isn't one by our house, so we've only been here one time before, and it was pretty fun, wasn't it? Yeah, and Brill was telling us a little bit ago all the fun stuff they did, and now we're gonna go to the library.
So we were at our grandma's for a whole week, so that's how we missed out on
Library day.
So we're returning our books now.
We're gonna head to the library now, and they're gonna return their books and their DVDs. Are you guys excited to get more DVDs?
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, duh. So they really like getting DVDs, and they watch them in the basement TV during our quiet time. So it's pretty exciting. Emmett, do you have any DVDs you're really wanting to get today? Big Time Rush. Okay. What types of DVDs are you excited to get?
I'm gonna get another Barbie one.
Some exciting ones. I don't know what ones they have.
Barbie one.
I'm getting some Barbie ones because I'm a big fan of Barbie ones.
Okay, so we're gonna go. I wonder if Emmett's gonna get any more Wimpy Kid books or anything else like that. Oh, and they have these books that are called Wonder Books that read out loud to you. So we'll have to show you those later.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna head to the library, and we'll see you soon. This is good for the vlog. You sing in the back.
Wait, what's bingo? Bingo.
Oh, there we are. Bluey and Bingo.
Where's Bluey and Bingo? Oh, there they are.
Yep. They're so cute.
It's the cutest little home.
So this is nonfiction. but VeggieTales, so is VeggieTales true? So yeah, as you can see, it was a really fun little morning. We got to go to the library, we got to go to a park, because the library doesn't open quite as early. But my oldest daughter this year is like a CIT for a day camp, and so every day, Monday through Friday, this whole month of July, she's been going in and doing work basically for free. It's like an internship type of thing, a CIT training thing. So she's been doing that. So we have to take her to a nearby town. And while we're there, I just like to stop and take the kids somewhere at least once a week. So we went to the park, and then we got to go to the library, which it's super nice because the library in our actual town has been closed for renovations for like a year. I say closed. It's partially open, but it is not the same. If you want to take your kid to the library, it's like the kids section isn't available. There's not all the things you can do. And so it's been fun going to a different library. The kids love that there are two gerbils there named Bluey and Bingo. So Braille spent some time watching them and hanging out near them. And then we also went and picked out some books. Now I'm sitting here at the desk, and the desk in front of my window, if you watched one of my recent vlogs where I'm watching the kids swim with their friends. So that's pretty fun. They're having a good old time out there. That pool, I'm telling you, worth its weight in gold. For sure. We've got some pretty exciting things happening this week because when I say this week, I mean within the next 7 days. We're going to be going to my older kids' hometown, which is about 3 hours away from us. And we're going to go stay at an Airbnb, and we're going to visit their bio mom, and we're going to visit their foster grandma, as they call her, which we try to visit her about once a year, but we haven't seen their bio mom in quite a while. We maintain contact via Zoom, but we just decided it was time to do that, and we were able to. So hopefully that'll all be a part of this as well, and I can kind of let you know how that goes. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm interested to see how that goes for sure. But right now I'm actually working on editing a video to post to my Adopt Together community, which, if you haven't heard, is a new Facebook community that I am running for foster adoptive parents. And it's specifically meant for people who are in the process of adopting from foster care, or those who are within kind of that first year post-placement. And it is launching tomorrow. So I want to get all the final touches up on this video before I post it. Normally the videos will go out like at the very beginning of the month. It's actually the end of July right now, but because I'm launching the group now, I'm posting all the August stuff a little bit early. So people can, like, when they get into the group, they can start enjoying things and taking advantage of it. So I'm going to work on that for a little while. And if you are interested in joining the group, it is still open to join at the time of this video going live, but it is not going to stay open more than about another week or two. So please go check it out if you're interested. It's $10 a month. You get video trainings, you get a live group coaching call with me where we'll all be on Skype together. I know Skype's a little old school for some people, but it works really well. So yeah, check it out. If you haven't checked it out, I'll put a link in the description below. Well, I just got done filming a video. This is, if you've ever wondered what it looks like on the other side, this is what it looks like. And if I go like this, you can see where I'm sitting here. Wow, the lighting is so good when I use this, so much better. I realized I forgot to tell you something that's happening this week that's really exciting. It's happening tomorrow. So I mentioned that we're going to go visit my kid's bio mom and foster mom and stuff like that. But one of my best friends from high school is actually coming to visit tomorrow. It's kind of like a last minute thing we decided last week. So she's going to come tomorrow, and I think she's going to stay until Saturday. So we'll see if she wants to be on the vlog at all, if she's comfortable with it. I've been friends with her for like 15 years. But we live like 2.5, 3 hours away. So I usually see her a few times a year, and I'm just really excited because she actually came to see a musical I directed in the spring, and now she's already coming back. So it's really not that long. For us, this is like a record because it's just tough to get together at times. So she's going to be here tomorrow sometime. I'm super excited. Kids are at VBS right now. I'm that mom who signs them up for like every VBS possible because it gives them something to do. So I think this is their third one of the summer, and they have another one tomorrow and Friday that are actually during the day because this other one was like an evening one. So I'm keeping them busy. Also gives me time to get work done. I have to go pick them up in a little bit here, and then it's like get them to bed. Now, Nick and I ate super late lunches today because I took a nap for about 2 hours at one point before I really started talking to you. because I was an insomniac the night before, and we both ate a super, super late lunch and had barely eaten anything earlier in the day. So there's a possibility that we're going to go out on a little date when he gets home, like a late night date. We'll see if it happens, or we might just bring food here, but that'll be fun. Okay, so I realized I am the worst vlogger ever because while my friend Kaylee was here, I recorded absolutely nothing. I guess we can say that that was due to just having really good conversations the whole time, which we did. I don't know, I just forget sometimes. I forget what I'm doing. But don't worry, we still have more excitement to go this week. So tomorrow we are leaving to go stay the night at an Airbnb for 2 nights, and in between that, we're going to be going to visit my older 2 kids' bio mom and also their foster grandma. So they are very, very excited. My oldest daughter is extremely excited. She's going to actually spend the night with her foster grandma. She's done it before. They've done it once or twice before. She just likes to be able to stay there occasionally. So she's going to stay with them one of the nights, and then we're going to meet up with them, have lunch. We're going to have a picnic on Tuesday with their mom. It is very, very late at night, the night before we're leaving. I've been folding laundry. I've been packing. I'm doing a little more laundry. I made the mistake of getting started on a organizing project today that I did not think would take me as long as it did. I had to organize like all of our paperwork, and I'm trying to come up with a new system. Oh my goodness, it took me so long. And we had so much old paperwork that needs to be shredded that we just have been keeping for no apparent reason. So I've been going through all that. So I'm a little behind on the tasks that actually matter to be done by tomorrow, but that is not surprising. Do you see this dog? That's how I feel. That's what I want to be doing right now and what I should be doing right now. Oh, and the other fun thing that is happening tomorrow is we are actually going to go a little bit out of our way on our journey to go to Sky Zone because our kids love going to Sky Zone, and Brielle actually earned a prize for her and her siblings to be able to go. So here you can see we have Brielle's summer challenge, and the prize at the end is let's go to Sky Zone. Oh yeah, and there's one other thing I wanted to show you. So this is our new behavior chart, and I already highly, highly recommend it. So I don't know if you're familiar, some elementary schools will use something like this where it's like you move up and down on the chart based on how you're doing throughout the day. So in a lot of classrooms, they'll use like clips with the kid's name on it, and they'll say, go move your clip up or go move your clip down. And it just kind of helps the kid kind of check in with the behaviors they're doing and let them know like, hey, that behavior's not on track, or hey, that you're doing an awesome job. Go ahead and move your clip up. And we've had some issues, especially with our youngest, with behavior for years. I mean, she's just a wonderful but very challenging child. And so it's interesting though, because at school she does really well and they use this system. And so we were just getting desperate, and I was like, we need to do something because, you know, it's summer, we're all home together, there's just a lot going on. And so I just decided I was gonna look on Amazon, and I found it. So what I love about this, I actually prefer this. Instead of a clip chart, this whole thing is a magnet, and each kid has their own little magnet. And what I like about it too is it doesn't say their name. So if we have people over to our house, those people don't necessarily know whose is whose. So what I really like about this is I love that it starts every day. It starts on brand new day on green. And that just tells the kid, hey, it's a brand new day. And it kind of shows them like what the choices they make will determine how the rest of their day goes. And I really like that. I think it gives them a sense of responsibility. The first one up is just like encouraging, like, hey, thank you for making good choices. You're doing a great job. The next one up, they actually get extra reward time or privilege. For our family, so far, since we've been using this for like a little over a week, we've been doing that. They get to stay up 15 minutes later, and usually that means they get to do something fun during that time. And then if they make it all the way to the top, they get to put a star on their chart. And so what we're doing with this star chart is any day that they end on a star, then what they will get to do is they'll get to put a star up on the board, and we've divided it into 3 categories. And so for each category, they're going to get a prize. Now, category 1 and 2 is going to be like a little individual prize. And then category 3, once they both reach it, we're going to take them and our oldest to go do something fun, kind of like Sky Zone, or take them to a place to get ice cream, or to just do like a fun family activity together. And what I like about having them both wait to get to that point is that that means they're going to be encouraging each other to get stars, rather than, I feel like there's a lot of tattletale behavior with siblings, and it's like, I want to get them in trouble. Well, with this, you don't want to get them in trouble because you're kind of rooting for them as well. So that's the way I've approached it. It's been working. It has been working so well so far. I cannot even tell you. We went from daily tantrums when we're just asking a basic thing, to okay, mommy, okay, daddy, because they understand that they get to move up and that there are good things that come from that. And another thing that I do like, I also like that it has the consequence side of it, because I do think that's important. And what I really like is that right underneath the brand new day section, it's just like a little warning. It's like, whoa, I think it says, oops, think about it. I know you can do better. And it says, how can I help? So I like to say that to them and ask them how I can help, if there's something they need, if they're tired, if they're hungry, going through all those things that can kind of set kids off at times. And then when it goes down a little farther, it says timeout or parent choice. So we can give them a short timeout at that point. And then the very bottom one says job owed or privilege lost. So for us, that could either be, depending on what they did, we can ask them to maybe do an extra chore, or a lot of times our go-to, because it's so simple, is early bedtime. Because a lot of times when our kids are doing things that are causing them to get to the bottom of the chart, it is because they are sleep deprived, because they were up late the night before, or because they just couldn't sleep, or they were staying up messing around with their brother because they were in their room. Totally not a true story. Actually tempted to take it on our trip, because just to keep the consistency going, since it is a newer thing. But I'm going to link that in the description below. I think I love that it's just like in the kitchen. It gives them a really quick way to check in, I think especially for younger kids, to just see how they're doing. And I've just been trying as much as possible to tell them to move their magnet up as many times as I can, because even if it's a little thing, I just want them to feel that encouragement. So I'm actually going to reset this for the day for tomorrow. Now I need to stop chatting and actually go to bed. Okay, so we're back from our trip, and I have a couple things to update you on, because basically as soon as we left on the trip, the vlogging fell off completely, which is not surprising. I was just, in the moment with the kids, and vlogging was not a top priority, but I figured I'd fill you in on how things went with visiting my older kid's bio mom for the first time in about 3 years. And at the end, I'm going to share the absolutely crazy thing that happened to us on our way home from our trip. So first of all, we had an amazing time at the Airbnb we stayed at. It had this really nice pool, really nice in-ground pool, and the kids were just loving jumping off the diving board and playing. Unfortunately, there was a wasp nest on the slide, so we couldn't actually use that. But they had so much fun with the diving board that I don't think it was much of an issue. And the place we stayed was so cheap. I honestly should have shown the room, and of course I didn't. But it was this little apartment inside of this house with like multiple apartments. And they had this really nice big pond and big in-ground swimming pool. And it was just a really cute little place and so affordable. It was crazy. I have stayed in some Airbnbs that are just crazy expensive. I actually co-own and run an Airbnb. And so I know like you have to make profit margins and stuff, but sometimes they're absolutely insane prices. And this one was so reasonable for the pool and all of that. So we absolutely loved it. It was a nice like mini getaway, because we are saving up money currently to go on a larger family trip. So we're not doing any sort of big family trip this summer. So that was really fun, and the kids loved it. So the visit with my kid's bio mom went so well. We all ate lunch together and just had a little picnic at a park. Unfortunately, the playground was closed, so we were like, oh, this isn't great. It was a little windy, but we honestly made the most of it, and I was surprised at how much I enjoyed the visit. I was mostly doing it for my kids. You know, it's a little awkward being the adoptive mom and going and seeing the bio mom and like navigating that, but it went super well. I really enjoyed being able to talk to their mom again and talk to their older sister who came as well. It was just a really, really encouraging visit. And one thing that really stuck out to us was how healthy their mom looked. Like, I just saw a big difference from the last time I saw her to now. And I can just tell that she's made some changes in her life, which is really encouraging to see. Obviously, I don't know everything. I don't know the full story, but it does appear that she's had a really consistent job for the past little while here, which is not something that was happening previously. And she said she's actually going back to do a training program to become like a home health care person or some sort, maybe like an STNA. I don't really know the difference between those, but I thought that was really cool. Also, do you see Suki sleeping back here? She's so cute. So yeah, it just went super, super well. And I'm really glad we were able to do that. And after this visit, just seeing their sister again and their mom, I was like, I really think my oldest daughter is ready to have her sister's phone number in her phone. My daughter has a pinwheel phone, which is something I would like to talk about in another video. So we do have a way to access her messages and she knows that. But I feel like it's a step they're ready to take. And it's been really sweet because they have been texting each other a little bit since then. I think her sister really appreciates it. And I've always been impressed with her older sister from day one because she actually asked a caseworker of hers, an old caseworker, if she could reach out to me and ask for my email address and contact info so that she could maintain contact with her siblings, which she was only maybe like 13 or 14 at the time she did that. And I just think that's really impressive for a kid that age. And she typed me up this really nice email and said, you know, I'd love to be able to talk to them. Like I taught kids that age for a long time. It is rare to get an email that was that professional sounding. So I was super impressed with her from day one, and just seeing her in person was really good. And I thought this would be a good thing for our daughter. And I think eventually we might be to the point where she could have her mom's phone number too, and they could text a little bit. I don't feel like that would be a bad thing at this point, but I'm taking it really slow in the same way I've taken all of the biological family relationships really slow. That was advice that we were given by our caseworker early on, and I'm really grateful for it. We've been maintaining contact for a long time via Zoom, and now we're at a point where their mom actually has my phone number. So some people move to that stage way faster. Some people never move to that stage. I'm happy with the route we took, and we really have built up trust. And I also felt like her mom was just being super respectful of us and understanding of any boundaries we need to have. And the whole thing was just such a positive experience that I'm really hoping that it can be at least a yearly thing. Anytime we're able to get up there, because it is 3 hours away, that we'll be able to do a similar thing and have a picnic or get together somewhere. I also thought something that was really cool was that our youngest it's not her biological mom we were seeing, and we don't have contact with her biological mom much. I've been able to reach out to her, but it just hasn't been a consistent thing. And so she was definitely feeling a little bit jealous, and I think she was worried she was going to feel really left out the whole time. And I thought it was great because my older kids' sister and mom made a point to invite her in to play games with them and actually invited her to be in a picture with them. And I just thought that was so sweet and kind, because obviously she's not related to them in any way, and they didn't have to do that, but I thought it was super sweet, and it just made the whole thing better for her. And I also took her aside, and so did my husband, and had some like one-on-one time with her. We were swinging and things, but you know, we just tried to give them some space, but I thought it was really sweet that they welcomed her in as well. So I'll include some pictures here. I'm going to blur out their faces for privacy reasons, but you can see the pictures with my kids in it, being really excited to see them. And it was a great experience, like way better than I anticipated it being. Now, on the way home, I'll be quick about this, but on the way home, something absolutely crazy happened. We were a little over 30 minutes from our house, and all of a sudden our car kind of like lurched forward, and then it would not accelerate more than maybe 15 or 20 miles per hour. We were on this highway, so we found a place to exit. We were able to get off, able to pull into this like random business that of course said like, no trespassing, there are cameras here, but our car like stopped and we couldn't start it again. So we were like, oh my goodness, because it had already felt like the longest trip ever driving home. So we were super bummed. But then I was like, I wasn't really sure where we were because we went back a slightly different way than we have before. But I looked it up and we were in the town that my best friend lives in. So when my best friend got married, she moved about 30 minutes away to this town. And so her husband just happens to be very good with cars, and we've asked him for help before with car issues just to like look at it and give us an opinion. So I decided to call her, and it turns out we were only about maybe 4 minutes from their house. So it was really funny because I had no clue where we were. I wasn't really paying attention. So they were super close. He was able to come over. I did get Brielle and Suki out of the car because she came with us too. And we just like walked around a field, kind of, you know, they were a little bit antsy. And so yeah, her husband was able to come do a really quick fix, and we were back on the road probably within like 30 minutes. So that was a huge blessing. I was like, thank you, Lord, for letting us break down a couple minutes away from my best friend whose husband happens to be really good with cars. Like, you couldn't have made that more perfect, honestly. I mean, not breaking down would have been great, but I'm really thankful that it happened where it happened. So yeah, kind of a crazy trip, but it went really well. I'm really happy with how everything was. We had a great time. I just want to say, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you listening to all the stories, and this is a very chatty video. But I want to remind you really quick that if you have not joined the Adopt Together community and you are interested, the doors are closing on August 23rd. So there's not a lot of time left to join. So I will put that link in the description below so that you can join, because the doors will not be opening again possibly until the new year. So this is your chance to join if you've been interested. And I will tell you that in the group, we have people from all across the board. We have people who are just in the process of getting started to adopt. We have people who have just recently brought their children home. We have people in the matching process, and we have people who brought their child home a while ago. So you will be in good company there. If you have questions about adoption, you want to talk about things and get perspectives from others, that's the place to be. Anyway, I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next week.